How's it going, guys? I'm your host Carbine Gaming. Welcome back to another very special Adventure Quest video. So the stat revamp just dropped last week, so the next few Adventure Quest videos that I'm going to be released, I'm going to be deep diving a bit more into each stat, and then we are going to be looking at any ways that we can cheese and make the best use out of what we are basically dealt with. So in today's first episode, we are going to be talking about Dexterity, because Dexterity is probably the stat that saw the biggest change, because they really wanted to make an entire new identity for Rangers. So what they've decided to do is they decided to make this sort of seesaw sort of mechanic, as I like to call it. Okay, so if you keep landing hits, then your damage is going to increase, your BTH is going to decrease, and if you keep missing hits, then your BTH is going to increase and your damage is going to decrease. So how do we best make use out of this new mechanic? And to that, the answer is obviously to stack as much BTH as you can in the first few rounds of battle in order to get the maximum damage boost. Of course, if you're a fully defensive build, this might not really apply to you, but I feel like this is probably the best way to take advantage of Ranger. Okay, also keep in mind that auto hit weapons now are no longer auto hit. That is an extremely stupid change. I have no idea why they did that. But yeah, auto hit weapons are basically plus 20 BTH lean weapons, which is just really silly. But we'll get over that eventually, or we'll complain enough such that they'll change it. Okay, so in order to boost BTH, what do you want to do? Alright, so I retrained my stat here, so you can see I have 250 Dexterity, 250 Intellect, and 250 Luck. There's a few different ways that you can boost your main stat. Boosting your main stat actually boosts your BTH for that particular damage type. So for Dexterity, you're going to be focusing on range damage, and this so-called lean only kicks in when you are dealing range type attacks. So if you're casting a spell dealing magic damage, that's not going to affect it. But what you can do is you can go ahead and boost up your your BTH through many different ways, which is what I'm going to show you. So the first way is the most easiest and most straightforward way, is obviously New Year's Surprise. This is a straight up BTH boost spell. And what the heck is all this? Okay, so they also did update the battle log, but I think there are some bugs here and there. So you can see that you get 5 rounds of 16.47 BTH boost. And for Rangers, you have a free to play version of your stat boost spell, which is Moonwalker's Grace over here. Let's go ahead and cast it. It is weaker than your Buffalo and your Arcane M, but it is free, so keep that in mind. Another thing that you can do to go and cast is your Furious Trouble spell. So this is actually an ultra rare golden gift box spell, and not many people actually know or talk about it. I want to give a shout out to Brady for actually bringing this up to my attention. So it actually comes with a mini game, and this was actually not that fantastic, okay, when it first came out. Like, nobody really thought much of it, but there's a small little mini game whereby you cast a spell. If you manage to click on the trouble before it lands, you'll get extra BTH. So something like this, I'm going to go ahead and click on it, and you'll split into 3. And here you go, you'll gain extra BTH. Now we've got extra 30 BTH for 5 rounds. This is of course stacking with your stacking with your, your Moonwalker's Grace, your New Year's Surprise, okay? And then if I switch over to something like Torontosaurus Rex and use a ranged weapon like this one, we can go ahead and do Basket Breath, and that will basically give us 8 hits. That is almost basically guaranteed to hit, and you don't have to worry too much about missing because of the huge BTH boost that you're getting here. So I'm going to go ahead and do Basket Breath once again, and you can see with 2 casters of Basket Breath, you can see here minus 36 BTH, but I get 1.5 times damage. Of course, keep in mind you do have the extra penalty once you exceed minus 20. So some people will try and play around the penalty, whereas people like me, they'll try and ignore the penalty and try and min-max as much as possible. There's pros and cons to both sides. It really depends on which one you prefer. You want to play a bit more safe, you know, not let the penalty kick in and try to maintain it around 20, or if you're someone who just wants to end the battle quickly, like what I'm trying to do here, I want to stack as much damage boost as I can using all of these methods. So first off, you want to start with stacking BTH to make sure all your attacks land, because once you miss, keep in mind that your BTH is going to go up and your damage is going to go down, which is what you do not want, okay? Or at least what a fully offensive build like me does not want. Alright, so this is quite interesting, because with a intellect, dexterity, a hybrid build, a ranger pyre build like this one. This is basically my old build that I did for last season of Nostalgia Quest. You guys can go and check that out. But yeah, I actually found a lot of success and fun playing this build, and right now it seems like this is actually a really good build to go back into. You can use your intellect to cast spells like your Furious Trouble, like your Moonwalker's Grace, like your New Year's Surprise. You know, use your MP bar for the BTH boost, and then you can go ahead and use your SP bar for skills like Torontosaurus Rex. This is the highest number of hits that you can go for a range weapon, I believe, okay, using the Basket Breath skill. The other skills like the 15 hits Fireball Z, that's not going to count because those are locked to magic damage, okay. So the lean will only kick in for range damage, so no, you cannot use magic damage and Fireball Z to abuse this, but you can still abuse it pretty well with Torontosaurus Rex like what I did here. You can see we got 1.5 times damage lean, which is crazy. Okay, oops, now I'm out of SP. Let's go ahead and gain some more. And then we can go and do Basket Breath. Oh my god, look at the damage, look at it. And let's see here, 1.75 times damage and minus 52.86 BTH lean. Of course, keep in mind, this is the combat practice trainer, so no matter what the heck we do, the attacks are going to land, okay? Another way that you can boost your BTH even more is using a Dexterity Drive Shield. I can't remember which one. Fujin Shield? I think Fujin Shield has a Dex Drive. Okay, let's get Fujin Shield as well. You want to boost up your BTH as much as possible. Make sure you don't miss. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my Fujin Shield here. Where in the world is Fujin Shield? Okay. Yeah. Where's my Fujin Shield now? Hello. Wait, what? Where in the world is it? Am I blind? I scrolled a bit too quickly, I think. Fujin, nope. Oh, there we go. Okay, Fujin Shield. So this one is one of your Dex Drive shields. There are some others, I think, but I can't really remember any off the top of my head. So you want to boost your main stat as much as possible. You can also go ahead and use what armors boost Dex? I don't remember. Oh my god. Neko? Does Neko boost Dex? Maybe the Luna Neko, not the Soul Neko. But that one, do you really want to use that? Not really, because it doesn't come with a lot of hits. Cataclysm is okay, but Cataclysm takes some time to build up with the dot effect. So personally, I would run Torontosaurus Rex to get as much hits as I can to maximize the damage output. Now let's go ahead and test it out against our punching bag, which is the Dragon of Time over here. Not Dragon of Time, the Dragon of Time event, Queen Hybe. Okay, no, not Queen Hybe. Seed Rat, sorry. Oh my god, Tap Thumper. Yeah, that's the name, Tap Thumper. Okay, because he is one of the fattest HP mobs inside of the game. Like I said, they did reduce the HP on the mobs across the entire game, and I think this is great for casual players, but against max level players, I don't really like it personally, because I think most monsters die pretty quickly anyway. Okay, so let's just start battle. Alright, so over here, what you can do is I'm going to go ahead and start off with Moonwalker's Grace. Let's go and get a boost. Let's go ahead and do New Year's Surprise. Let's get another boost. And then here, I'm going to go... I can go inside of an Earth Armor first, so I don't take too much damage from him. Okay, I can go and do Eternal Champion. And then what I can do is I can go and cast Furious Trouble over here. Okay, split this up. And yeah, look at it. Alright, so we got 30 BTH boost. Very nice. So I'm going to do Fujin here. You can click on it, toggle, and then now we get 300 Dexterity. Alright, so for weapons, you can use a more BTH leaning weapon or a damage weapon. I think ultimately it doesn't really matter. You can also use a miscellaneous item that boosts your Dexterity and your BTH as well. Yeah, one of those would work fine. I think the Gorgonaut Helm that boosts BTH, you can go ahead and use that if you want to. I am not going to use that. I think it's okay. Wait, which one gives me Dexterity here? I don't think any of these give Dexterity, right? Yeah, no, they don't. Okay, never mind. Forgot to bring it. So this is not even min-maxing. Right, this is not even min-maxing. But we'll see how far we can get with this. Let's go and do Basket Breath. Bam. There we go, and then go ahead and do it one more time. Hope I don't die. And we are landing all the hits pretty easy. So this is about average blocking. 93, 83. Okay, 83 is about average blocking. Maybe slightly lower than average, but yeah, this is pretty much average. And you can see we still have over 30 BTH here. We can go ahead and continue casting more if we need more BTH, but I think this should be more than enough. And you can see on our turn here. Oops, does it say? Oh, I missed it. Okay, never mind. Let's do Shadow Feeder Pendant. Let's get another turn. There we go. And then here is where you can start to stack up damage, or you can start to stack up BTH even more to make sure that you land all your hits. For me, I think at this point you can just start to stack up damage and try to nuke the monster down, but if you want to play it safe, you can of course stack a bit more BTH to ensure you land all your hits. And look at this, 1.75 times damage and minus 52 BTH lean. Okay, 52 is pretty crazy, so we are basically taking minus 20 BTH lean now if you take away the 30 boost that we are getting. But I think we should still be able to land all of hits. 1.75 times damage is not there. I think I'm going to die here. Yeah, look at the amount of damage that we're doing. Crazy. Alright. 2 times, so now we're doing double damage and minus 65 BTH, guys. Oh my god. Can we... Is there... I don't think there's a cap for this. I think it's just a soft cap, right? Yeah, I think it's just a soft cap. So let's go ahead and do this. And then we can go ahead and do Basket Breath again. I think we're gonna start missing. Yeah, we did miss. Okay, so we did miss a little bit there. So you can see here, only times 2.063 and minus 67 BTH. So yeah, there is a soft cap technically, because you can't boost, if you can't boost your BTH above the amount that you're getting the penalty for, then it's not really worth. And at some point, it's not really worth to keep boosting your BTH just to get a little bit of increased damage. You're much better off stopping and not dealing with the additional penalty, and rather using your resource to just straight up boost your damage rather than continuing to boost your BTH, hoping to get something more out of the lean. But you can see this is actually a pretty powerful strategy, okay? And none of the stat points are actually wasted, because I'm using my MP to go ahead and boost my BTH, and then I am using the SP to go ahead and deal heavy damage as much as possible. You can of course stack it with Shadow Feeder Pendant, Celerity to help you hit that even faster. So Rangers, pretty good spot right now. Overall, I'm pretty happy. Okay, the Trouble spell, I would say that is optional, because it is an ultra rare golden gift box, and it does rely on you playing a Dexterity Intellect hybrid style Ranger Pyre build. If you're playing a pure Ranger or like a fully defensive Beast Ranger, you're not going to have Intellect. So New Year's Surprise, you can swap it for the SP version. And Moonwalker's Grace, unfortunately, it does cost MP, but what another thing that you can do is you can use Quad Force if you have it, or Quad Mod. Quad Mod is also a ultra rare golden gift box item, but you can use it to gain 250 Intellect at the cost of some SP, and then you can go ahead and use that to cast your Moonwalker's Grace. Moonwalker's Grace, is it quick cast? I don't remember. Let me just double check here. Let me just double check. Been a long time since I last used it. I think it's quick cast. Yeah, so it's quick cast. So what you can do is use your Quad Force, get the MP, quick cast your Moonwalker's Grace, unequip that, and yeah, you can still run a 0 intellect build as a Ranger and make the best use of it. I do think that this whole lean thing benefits fully offensive Rangers more than fully defensive Rangers, because fully defensive Rangers, you don't care that much about damage, you care more about sustainability, in which case your guesses did get a nerf, so that's gonna suck for the fully defensive Rangers. But again, I'm no fully defensive Ranger expert here. In fact, that's probably the build that I'm the least familiar with out of all the builds inside the game. So for all you fully defensive Beast Rangers out there, please let me know down in the comments below how you best go about using this new lean system to your advantage. Do you still sit back and, you know, slowly try and chip away with the lean and build up the damage slowly bit by bit, or are you going full out crazy, full out offensive and, you know, boost your BTH at the start and then let the damage pour in? Let me know, guys. Alright, so with that being said, this is just a little tidbit that you guys can go ahead and use to take full advantage of the stat revamp to the dexterity stat. Overall, I think it's not bad. But again, I'm not very well versed in Ranger, so I'll leave the floor open to the Rangers to discuss whether or not this is a good change. But as a veteran player, even as someone who hasn't played Ranger a lot, I think this is a decent change. I wouldn't say it's overpowered or anything, but I definitely don't think it's weak either. And for those of you considering to try out a Ranger build, I think now's a good time to try out. Maybe not fully defensive Ranger because of the nerf to the gas. I think fully offensive Rangers are slightly better now because of this lean thing. And I think that this Ranger Pyre hybrid, which, man, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I think I was ahead of my time, guys. 1 season ago, Nostalgia Quest, I said that this is a truly powerful build, and right now I think this build just got even better. Let me know if you guys will consider trying out the build, and if you need build ideas, feel free to check out that series, okay? That being said, that's going to do it for today's video. If you guys like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, and of course subscribe to this channel if you guys would like to see more of such future content. Till the next time, I'm your host Caravan Gaming. Peace out.